Guys, I can't believe I'm doing another prediction for the same content, lol. But many of you have questions, now I'm here to answer with my analysis, so let's dive into it. In the beginning of episode 6, the panelists mentioned that a new game would be introduced into the show, one that will shake up all the current love lines. So right off the bat, we already know that the final pairings for the contract relationship dates won't be the same as what we've seen so far. In this video, I'll be sharing my thoughts on who I believe the couples are for the 3-day love contract period and also give reasons why I think so. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Alright, let's start with the easiest one, Changhwan. He's paired with Chaeyoon. You know why? Because of the wrist clue. Among all the women, Chaeyoon has the smallest wrist, and that's clearly her wrist in the teaser. Case closed. Next up is Jaehyun, and I believe she's paired with Jimin. When they made that heart shape in the photo booth teaser, two details stood out, the guy's shirt and his fingers. I'm honestly shocked that some people thought this was Woo Jae. First, just compare their fingers, Woo Jae's and Jimin's. The guy in the teaser has Jimin's exact finger structure. Plus, Jimin wore a similar shirt in Italy. And if you look closely, in one of the opening scenes, Jaehyun is sitting in the living room with that same shirt draped over her lap. So this is honestly a no-brainer, these two were definitely paired. Then not to mention they were given a chance to text each other, which is absolutely crazy. Just imagine how much they could build some serious closeness just with that advantage alone. I can already imagine all the unspoken feelings coming out through unlimited messaging, ha ha ha. I'm seeing a whole lot of baby I miss you, honey did you have lunch, sweetie pie do you wanna go get some water downstairs together ha 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 OMG, I freaking love it. Okay, I'll slow down now guys lol. Let's just wait to see if this prediction is right, before I go way over my head lol. Now, I know some people were confused because of the legs shown in the teaser. At first, I also thought it might be G1, but after a closer look, those legs and shoes clearly belong to Jaehyun. And for the man, some people think it is Woo Jae's. But Woo Jae's pants are generally looser than that, and the coat color matches what Jimin wore by the Christmas lights in the teaser. Even the laugh in that scene sounds like Jimin and Jaehyun. So yeah, no doubts here. They're paired for those 3 days. I know some people might be confused because of the pairing rules that the cast members don't know about. The rule is simple, if two people ask the same person out, the first one to make the request gets the pairing. So, it's basically first come first served. Now, based on what we saw in the show, Woo Jae entered Jaehyun's room first, so naturally, you'd expect that he would be the one paired with her for the contract date. But here's where things get interesting, production seems to have edited the footage in a way that makes it look like Woo Jae was the first to ask, possibly to confuse viewers. That entire scene of him going into Jaehyun's room is actually a spliced montage, not a real-time sequence. Let's break it down. When Jaehyun entered her room, she was eating yogurt and placed the cup on the floor. The cup was on the floor when Woo Jae first went in there to check on her, but Hanul said she was in the bathroom. When she got out of the bathroom, the first thing she did was pick the cup off the floor and placed it on a table. By the time Woo Jae came back, that cup wasn't there as expected, because she had already cleaned up, right? Meanwhile, when Jimin got there later to make his request, suddenly that cup was back there on the floor. This could only mean one thing. Jimin showed up pretty much right after she got to her room. So if we go by the logical sequence of events, here's how it should have played out. Woo Jae enters, yogurt cup should be on the floor. Jimin enters, yogurt cup still there. Jaehyun cleans up, yogurt cup now gone. Instead, the show gave us the reverse order. So it seems the editors rearranged the timeline to make it look like Woo Jae was first, even though Jimin actually came in right after Jaehyun settled into her room. I hope that explanation makes sense, it's a small detail, but it really changes the context of who likely got the pairing. Moving on to Ji-won. She looks so happy in the teaser, and I believe her partner is Woo Jae. Look at the fingers of the guy holding the cup. His fingers are long and slender, very similar to Woo Jae's. And the way he's touching the cup reminded me of that scene in episode 1, where Woo Jae poured water for Jae-yeon. The atmosphere seems to match the same cozy vibe as the location of where Ji-won is. So my conclusion is that these two were paired up. Assuming I'm right about this pairing, I think we're about to see a totally new side of Woo Jae. Remember what happened in episode 1 when Ji-won first entered the house? Woo Jae told her to use his coat to cover herself. He even specified, "Mine is the one underneath," but somehow, Ji-won missed it and used Chanhyung's coat instead. I mentioned this in one of my earlier videos too, that this moment felt symbolic. It's like, these two were meant to be, but they somehow missed each other. I also remember wondering if they will ever find each other back before the show ends. Let's just hope Woo Jae doesn't lose her to Chanhyung, because I think Woo Jae really likes her. Did you observe his reaction when Hanol joked and said they should imagine both Chanhyung and Ji-won holding hands when they return from their date? You could see he felt uncomfortable. In episode 2, when Ji-won told Jimin she's like to go to the plaza with him, Woo Jae was the first person to say they could both leave together. I believe Woo Jae did that unconsciously as a defense mechanism, because he felt jealous that Ji-won liked Jimin more than him. Then in episode 6, when discussing Ji-won with Chanhyung after Chanhyung returned from his date with her, Woo Jae looked uncomfortable with the feedback from Chanhyung, touching his back and all. I believe Woo Jae still likes Ji-won, he might even like her more than he likes Jaein if I'm being honest, but we'll see what happens. If they truly pair up and give each other a chance for this contract relationship, I think their connection could be explosive. And we just might see a different side of Woo Jae. That brings us to our last couple, Hanol and Chanhyung. Honestly, I thought the couple linking arms in the teaser was Chanhyung and Hanol, but with a second look, these pair looked like Changhwan and Chaeun lol. So I'll just stick with my gut and say they both paired up even though I have no evidence lol. Just asking, are we going to get a first kiss from any of these couples hahaha? You know I'm kidding, right? If we get some hand holding, then I'll be glad lol. Our last clue is something I mentioned way back in one of my first videos. Shout out to the folks who also brought this up in the comments recently. In that first video, I wondered if this was the final day photo, but now we know that this could be a photo taken during the pairing contract dating period. In the photo, Ji-won is beside Woo Jae, Chanhyun is with Hanol, Changhwan is next to Chaeun, and Jimin is right beside Jae-yeon. I think this is all the clue we need to confirm who will be in a relationship together going into episode 7. But what do you think? Do you have a different theory? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing everyone's thoughts. Thanks for watching, hit the like button and subscribe if you want more content like this. Bye.